Roland says, so you would need two buttons, one to send the signal to the next set, and one to delete the signal on the current set. That's right. That way the signal couldn't go any further than the next set. That's exactly right, Roland. You figured it out. You have figured out how to make this multiplayer compatible. Now, would you happen to have, like, a few months worth of free time that you want to come join my server and and do that for me? Would you like to actually build it? 1, 2, 3. I should make sure I get the diagonals in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Roland says, sorry, I can only provide you with the answers. It's your duty to put them to use. Everybody's got ideas, but nobody wants to do the work, Roland. Two, three, four, 5. But you have actually done better than most people. I mean, I said it already. You've managed to figure out more of this than most of the people who stumble onto my stream. Two, three, four, 5. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Cuts that, cuts that. Roland says, I understand how most of it works. The only thing that I don't get are how the different types of switches work and what each does. Okay, which, what do you mean? Oh, you mean like... The junctions aren't that hard. I think the most complicated one that you haven't spent time looking at is the stations. Alright, so these connections are easy, right? Because the redstone signal travels 15 blocks. Like, it's a fixed distance, 15 blocks every time. So if the signal goes in, starts from here, it goes 15 blocks to this one, right? And then so on. Whereas if the signal starts here, it goes 15 blocks to that one, and so on. And the way this remembers the signal is you loop it back at exactly 15 blocks. This is how you loop it back, and you add this here. So if you count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That adds 2, 4. Wait a minute. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it extends by 2, so you subtract 2. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then subtract 2 again, so from 17 back to 15. So from here to here is 15 blocks. So if it's 1, it loops back to 1. If it's 3, again it loops back to 3. And once it forms the loop, it just stays there. And then to reset it, we cut the loop. Well, we cut the loop. And then that cuts this. Oops. So it remembers the signal by forming a static loop. And that's it, you just loop it back. Alright, so that loops back, and then from the button up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is that there? From the button up here, we use this to subtract the mode, subtract the signal there, so that when the card goes through, we subtract 15 from here, so now that becomes 0, and the 0, it no longer loops back there, because now that's 0. Roland says, okay, I think I get it now, alright. It probably is much easier to understand the piston version, but I'm demolishing all of it. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are at the junction, great. Roland says the pistons are just another way to keep the transfer the signal correct. Yes, that's right. So instead of like looping it back to remember the signal, the pistons pushes up redstone blocks, and when it pushes that up, the whatever blocks are pushed up, that's the signal. So it's a different way of remembering the signal. They do the same thing, but the pistons, as I said, lag the game more than just the circuits. I'm gonna move that forward a little bit. Cut those. Great. And then, well, if I cancel that, 1, 1 to the next junction. Alright, so another major piece of the puzzle, if you want more, is the station here, right? The station is what turns each button into one of those signals. So it's arranged 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5, and then 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 5. So the first number is on the gold, and the second number is on the iron, right? And so the iron one is on the bottom half, and the gold is on the top half. So you see that 1 2 3 4 5, that goes forward around 15 blocks, and then it goes 1 2 3 4 5, and it joins in with the next one. And then that goes around again, loops to there, and it loops around. Basically it loops back and forth. So if you extend this out, take it out, you have like one set of 1 2 3 4 5, and then 15 blocks away another set of 1 2 3 4 5, and then 15 blocks away another set of 1 2 3 4 5. And so basically it just collapses the second number into one thing that comes out here, 1 2 3 4 and 5. And then on top of that, from each set we take the first number, the gold number. So it takes from here the first number, like this is 1 2 3, and then 4, and then 5. So this thing, it takes out the two sets of numbers depending on which button is pressed, and it turns it into two numbers, the gold and the iron. And then we send that underneath here and out the station there. So pressing 1 2, for example. Oh, I should do that faster. So if I like press 2 2, then that lights up to 2 2, and it comes down here, and this thing remembers it. This thing here, 2 2 there. Again, we have the loop, which causes that to remember the signal. If I unfold it, this would be really simple. The only complicated part of this is the way I folded it up so that it's compact. If you stretch it out, it's basically just like 5 sets of 5, and then you take numbers one way and you take numbers the other way, and that's it. Alright, checking 5, 5. Five, 5 is 5, 5. Great. Let me break that right through to cancel the signals. Oh, it's lagging already. You can see it stutter a little bit every now and then. Okay, the last one, 1, 5, is this branch here. It's a little bit long. It also a lot of bends and turns getting over this hill. Roland says, so each button is connected to its matching set of signals at the station. Wait a minute. So each button is connected to its matching set of signals at the station? What do you mean? Each button will generate the corresponding signal in the wires, right? Like if I press 5, 5, then down here this becomes 5 and 5. Gold first and iron second, so gold, iron, 5, 5. If I press 4, 3, we have 4 and 3, and so on and so on. I want to change this again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. One, 2. Oh, that should be higher up. Should that be higher up? Sure. Let's do the code side first. One, two, three, four, five.